Customers have been walking to a family grocery store in Hamilton for more than a century, but tomorrow all that could change. Local 12 Sydney Benter went to Milillo's grocery store tonight to see why the city is threatening to close the place. She's in the newsroom with that story.
Rob, Frank Milillo got a call from his attorney tonight saying the city of Hamilton plans to close his family's grocery store tomorrow morning. He says he's been working with city officials for the last few months to be in compliance. The problem is the building isn't up to code because it's so old and its floor plan and use has changed over the last 100 years. But if you ask Frank, nothing has really changed.
$14.90.
For more than a century, people in Hamilton have been shopping at the Milillo family grocery store. Frank Milillo's grandfather opened the store after moving here from Italy. It's been handed down from generation to generation ever since.
This was coming home from school, doing a few chores, getting a piece of candy, sorting pop bottles, seeing my grandmother every day.
Frank's dad passed away last summer and he's set to inherit the business. But Frank says transferring ownership set off a chain of events that leaves the store's future hanging in the balance.
The primary issue is they say this is a new business, which it obviously is not. So since it is a new business, we have to abide by as if this were a new business.
Times change, and so does building code. But the charm of an old-time corner store is exactly why neighbors keep coming back. In fact, they rely on it.
Frank's a family person, so I know I can come here and be like, hey, how are you doing? Conversation, not just, oh, let me bring you out, get out my store.
It's convenience. Without corner stores like this, people that don't drive, it's great.
This is not a very affluent neighborhood. These people are still on foot, and trekking up to Kroger isn't always an option. We provide a real service to this neighborhood, and it would be gravely missed if it was taken away from them.
Now, I reached out to city officials tonight and heard back from Mayor Pat Moeller, who has toured the store, and he had this to say. The Milillo family has provided and will hopefully continue to provide a service to Hamilton and the neighborhood surrounding their store. I expect the closure will be for a very short period of time. Frank says he's made many of the changes the city has asked him to, but there are some things he won't do, such as getting architectural plans drawn up for the place. He said the building is 150 years old and it would cost several $1,000s to have the plans made. Rob?
Sydney, thanks very much. We'll continue to follow this story and let you know what happens with the store.